I'm Idiotech, and today I'm going to give you my first impressions on Infested Planet. So how this works is I essentially play the first 15 to 20 minutes of a game, we look at some of the mechanics, we look at the options, we see what it's got to offer, and then you guys can decide for yourselves whether it's something you're interested in. So just so you know off the bat, this game's $15 on Steam currently. It just came out about a week ago. I think it was in early access prior to that. Other than that, I know very little about the game. I've played the tutorial missions, there's 3 of them, and then you just get a basic idea of the mechanics. And so far what it looks like to me is kind of like if there was a StarCraft mod and it was Marines killing Zergs in sort of a horde mode sort of situation. There's some base building, there's some hotkey stuff, there's some micromanagement. It's actually kind of interesting. So we'll just jump into the campaign here. I'll just make sure I'm on the right mission. So you'll see here I've only done the first 3. These are basically tutorial missions, and I think this one is starting to actually introduce like the core mechanics of the game. And so I'll show you what it's about. But yeah, so essentially this is what it looks like. It's sort of a top-down 2D game. You know, sure the art style's simple and basic, but at the same time it is quite a cheap and small indie game. So we'll move here. Oh, this is still tutorialization. Okay, fair enough. So what are we doing? Okay, so we're base building. Yes, right. So I saw there was some base building elements. So we'll build a turret, and we'll have one of these, which is cool. So yeah, it's cool. There's some base building. It's sort of like got some tower defense, some horde mode, some micromanagement. You can set control groups, so I can hotkey these guys and then hotkey these guys. And I can hotkey this turret to like 3. I'm not sure I can actually control where it shoots. That'd be cool if I could. No, I can't. So we'll grab all of our guys. We'll stick them in hotkey 1, and we'll start shooting these aliens. So you hit A and you click wherever you want to go, or you can double click, I think, on an enemy, and it will attack them. We'll jump through some of the options menu stuff later. So there's some ammunition here. You can pick up some special weapons like shotguns, things like that. But for the most part, you are killing hordes and hordes and hordes of aliens. It would be cool if I could see the aliens a bit more. I'd kind of like to know what they actually look like. The initial artwork on the menu screen is pretty cool, so I guess I'll just go with that. But it would be nice. I do have a couple of small issues with this game, but so far from the tutorials I've enjoyed it, although I'd like to see a little bit more. The developer did give me an option to look at some of the later content, but I'm not really keen on doing that because, you know, I want to play it the way that everyone else would play it, the way that, you know, you buying the game today, you would play it, and not to give sort of a false impression of maybe what the end game's like, but, you know, you may not even get there. Okay, so my guys are dying horribly. I've killed that base, but I have to capture, so you can see here where the aliens are spawning from. I have to capture those areas. I need more guys. I'm going to see if I can build another turret here to protect my base. So you see this area next to where this marine is. You capture these points, and then you can build on them. So it's sort of like, you know, you capture a point, then you can build a base and defend it. And the alien scum will keep... Yeah, and see, if you don't capture it, they respawn, like that one just did there, which is a big problem. So I need to hurry up and get down here. And when you do capture a base, you earn these points called BP, I think. I'm not sure what that stands for. I'm not sure they've even explained that. But you can buy additional marines and buildings and stuff like that with it. So that's basically it. And then you can also fire grenades by pressing G. So it's telling me my ammo is full, so I can press G and then fire grenades at that. And that's my first actual complaint, is that you can see when I hover over the marines here, it shows me their area of like their range. And when I press the G key, it doesn't show me how close my marines have to be to actually fire those rockets or grenades, which oftentimes means that you run into the enemy, which I'll show you here. So I just run straight into all the aliens, which is not what I want to do, because I will die. But if we can just zerg this thing down. And you can't just fire the grenades at the zerg. I assume that's for balance reasons. But now they're killing me. Sorry if I keep calling them zerg. It's just that this game reminds me so much of StarCraft. Which is not a bad thing in any way. In fact, I kind of see this as like, if someone had made this as a mod in StarCraft, it would have been right at home. It's really, really cool. I like the idea. I like the, you know, just in terms of gameplay, I like the idea of it. I would like to see some more of the base building stuff, and maybe hopefully get into more of the micromanagement stuff. I can move this guy around to the back here and try and protect him from the Zerg. So there is some of that involved. But so far I can fire rockets, I can just shoot these guys with A move. I capture these points. I could build some turrets. Eventually I can buy things in a shop, like a med bay, and that thing sort of comes with the marines apparently and heals them up. So I'd like to see some of that stuff. So I've just got some BP there, so I can actually buy some marines, which I will do. Where did I buy them from? Oh, he's here. Cool. So we'll kill this. We'll kill this base here. Hopefully everything's okay. Yeah, we got the turrets defending everything, so that's fine. We'll pull back a bit. Fire another grenade. Did I miss with that grenade? Oh, I need more ammo. Yeah, so this is the thing, you run out of ammo. And there's also different enemy types. For the most part right now, it's just these little... I don't even know what they are. Like, they look kind of like caterpillars. They move a little bit like caterpillars. But you can pick up ammo from these crates. And that's for your rocket launchers. But you need quite a lot to clear that out. So you do have to run around a lot. Yeah, and you'll see this enemy here. That enemy there shoots this sort of green goop at me and slows my troops down. And I think maybe poisons me. Again, that's not explained. The one thing I will say is some of the tutorialization in this is a little bit lacking. I'll see if I can build a turret. No. So I don't have enough BP as it's showing me up here to build anything. So I'm going to just have to hope the aliens do not take over my base. Is everything okay up here? Yep. So it does feel very much like a sort of, you know, traditional old school RTS slash horde mode. And it's a really interesting take. I actually really think it's cool. I like it a lot. I mean, the areas of weakness here, clearly the visuals. Obviously, if this was a fully 3D game, it would have been a lot more exciting, enjoyable, you know, nice particle effects, that stuff. I mean, obviously, you can always improve production values. You can always make a game look nicer. But at the end of the day, gameplay is what matters in a video game. And if the gameplay stands out as being enjoyable and deep, then it really doesn't matter, you know? Same with the sound. The sound in this is okay. I'm not really sure how many people worked on this. I assume it's either one or two guys. And, you know, you can't expect the same quality of production from an indie developer as you can from a AAA studio. It's just not the way it works. But what you can expect is cool gameplay mechanics. And so far, I'm enjoying this. The only criticisms I would have is maybe there's not enough information in terms of range on certain items. I mean, it tells you how far people can shoot, but it doesn't tell me where my rockets go. And also, I feel maybe it's a little bit slow. And that could just be because I'm playing the early stages of the game. And maybe later, once it gets more hectic, I'll appreciate how slow it is. But just the movement of my troops seems a little bit slow, to be honest. And I would like it if they were a bit faster. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, they're taking my thing. That's not okay. Yeah, so I feel like troop movement's a little bit slow, but again, later on in the game, I may regret saying that because I assume there's going to be a lot more guys. The description on Steam basically says it's 5 Marines versus, I think, 100,000 aliens, which, yeah, could get a bit intense and overwhelming. I mean, this is only the 4th mission, guys, so you've got to keep that in mind. I can build another turret, but really there's not much point at this point because I've only got these guys left up here to kill and these guys here. So we'll just get in here, we'll nuke this base, rockets by pressing G. This is all rebindable, by the way, so if you find the hotkeys a little bit frustrating or weird or not in the right place for you, you can rebind it, and I probably will when I finish doing this video because I personally don't like hotkeys that are mapped to things alphabetically, so M for map, you know, and stuff like that. I find that really irritating. I tend to rebind all my keys to a sort of a QWERASDF sort of grid type system. If you've ever played StarCraft, you'll know what I'm talking about. I just prefer it for me. It's a lot easier to access everything I need. But it's rebindable. There's also, I think, an option to like choose how many cores the game uses, which is really, really cool. I will jump into the options menu before we quit, and we'll just have a look at what's available there. And the other thing is that when guys appear at bases, you'll see here, this little thing here, Idle Marine. I mean, it's fine. It's not as clear as it could be. For me, I find it's... Sometimes I just don't notice. It would be nice if there was some kind of audio notification that someone had spawned. Maybe there is, but I'm not hearing it right now. So it could be good to maybe have some stronger cues for things like that. But it's something you get used to. Alright, so these guys are coming down here. So we've got to clear them out. Yeah, there's a rocket there. What do you want me to do? So this is the part where I'm starting to feel like it's a bit slow, right? Because this is not going to be hard. I just shoot these guys, I aim move forward, I kill all the guys, eventually I get to the base, I hit the G button, and then I kill the thing and I'll take the point and I'll win the map. And so it just feels like I'm cleaning up now. And that's a problem that exists in all RTS games. Especially like in StarCraft when someone doesn't want to quit, for example, and you just end up having to go around the map cleaning up all the little pieces of his base that are still left. And this suffers from the same problem so far. It may improve later, but it's something that's kind of unavoidable in a sense. If you're going to do missions like this, it's kind of unavoidable. I have to get here, I have to do this. There may be speed upgrades later for Marines and stuff, which would be nice. I would appreciate Stim Pack, if that's in the game. Sorry if I keep referencing StarCraft, guys. It really, really does remind me of StarCraft a lot. I mean, I'm fighting aliens with Space Marines, right? There's not that many things. Warhammers, StarCraft, you know, there's not that many things to reference here. So for me, it's reminding me a lot of StarCraft. What are they spawning from there? Yeah, so these little pink bastards, they slow you down and poison you a bit, I think. So we'll capture this point, and I think we should be good. Yep. Good work, man. Intel, blah, 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 blah. Okay. What's this? Recycle everything, return our metal. Don't worry, you'll get 100% of it back. What? Oh, right. So we can recycle these items. Oh, that's cool. So does this material persist between games? Because that would be an unusual mechanic. What does this do? Shortcut. Return Marines. Return Marines? Oh, okay. So this is persistent. That's interesting. So what are we going to do here? Ding and ding. What? Capture enemy points. Oh, I've still got Marines. So what is this? Okay, I should probably just read what he's saying. You can order one of your boys to drag those crates back to the point. That will get us more metal. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that's interesting. I think you get to this BP amount persists between missions. That's very interesting. RTS never normally has resources persist. So that's kind of a cool mechanic. Can I drag them now? Okay, so you just click on them and then you can drag them over. That's cool. Alright, so we're still being tutorialized at this point, but I think this is the end of the tutorialization. So I think in terms of mechanics, you've pretty much seen everything. Although there are more advanced buildings you can unlock, as you can see here. And maybe even some research options. I know there's troop training, because I looked in the menus, in the options menus, and there was certainly things in there related to troop training. So what am I supposed to do? I didn't read it. 6 turrets left. Now that we've got good metal, let's fortify a path. Okay. Fine. Yes. So, do I just build 6 turrets here? Okay. What's the hotkey for this? V and W. Okay, so V, W. Yeah, right. So it is very traditional sort of RTS, guys. Like, if you like RTS games and you're looking for something a bit different, a bit, you know, casual and fun. Oh, wow. Okay. This will be interesting. Okay, so a new enemy type. These guys spawn eggs, apparently, when they die. That's going to be intense. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a lot of guys. I hate those pink ones. Can I nuke these guys with rockets? No. Yes? Can I nuke the pink guys with rockets? Oh, right, that's cool. You guys need to move back. That's ridiculous. Yeah, right. I need ammo though. Let's get this ammo. Otherwise I will have no more rockets to blow up the base. Yeah, honestly, first impressions, I really like this. I really like it. There's a, you know, it could be better in a number of ways, as I've said, graphics, sound, that stuff. But in terms of just raw gameplay, there's a lot here, and I assume it goes on for a while. It might, look, I don't know how long the game is. It might outstay its welcome. There are some other modes, skirmish mode, for example, and weekly challenges. So if this is something you really want to get, like, significant amount of time out of, if you're the kind of gamer who likes to get time value, you know, out of the games that you buy, there's a lot here. I mean, if we just jump back to the campaign map, I mean, we know what's happening here, so I'll just jump out. I'll just surrender. There's also a shop where you can buy upgrades, and this ties into what you can construct. So I can construct bunkers, etc., etc. And medical pool, that's the one I'm going to buy. I've already looked at this. So we'll just go back. So, I mean, that was the mission I was just on, right? That's how many missions there are in the story campaign. That's quite a lot. And then you have weekly challenges here. So gold, silver, bronze, Iron Man, and then Horde, which is, you know, these are all just difficulty levels. And then leaderboards, so you can compare with other people. So that's cool, sort of an online mode. Then you've got skirmishes. So these seem to be sort of pre-made ones, and then you can also go in and do like a custom skirmish where you pick a map, and then you can pick like what types of enemies and stuff there's going to be. So that's cool. Honestly, guys, there's a hell of a lot here. I mean, for the price tag of $15, I still think maybe that's a little bit high. Honestly, $15. You know, I mean, you can buy some AAA games at the moment for that price. So it's I don't know. If $15 is too much for you, maybe take a look at it when it's on sale. If $15 isn't a big deal to you, then I'd say definitely grab this game and pick it up. So we'll just have a quick look at the menus. So you've got resolution options. In graphics, you've got oh, I should have cranked this up to max. Particle details, world details, shadows. You know, there's not a huge amount. It's a 2D game. Audio, just 2 sliders. And game. So this is the thing. CPU core usage, that's an interesting thing to see in a game. You don't see that very often. I'd have to look into that more to actually comment on it, but it's cool to see. So you can double right click to attack move. I might actually enable that. That's cool. And then you can go through and rebind all your keys. And you can see here there are a lot of keys. So you can do, you can hotkey all your groups to like 1 through 9 to 0. You've got building hotkeys, training menu hotkeys, build menu hotkeys, research menu hotkeys. There's a lot there, guys. I mean, really, it's an RTS. Like, if you've played StarCraft or CNC or any of these types of games, or Warcraft 3 or any of those, and you like those games and you're looking for something a bit different, basically just like a really cool mod for StarCraft, just not inside the StarCraft client, then you should totally check this game out. So those are my first impressions on Infested Planet. If you have any comments or feedback on the format of this show, I'd really appreciate if you left those in the comments. Other than that, subscribe, do all the things people tell you to do at the end of YouTube videos, and I'll see you guys next time.